Exactly 3 p.m. Cairo local time. A very good afternoon to all our viewers. It is now time for our main bulletin, Panorama News, that brings you the latest in the world of politics, economy and sports. I'm Yasmeen Qafas and I'll be joining you in the first segment of this Panorama, and we'll be starting off with the political segment. And Prime Minister Sharif Ismail described the latest decisions taken by the government concerning liberalizing the pound and raising the fuel subsidized prices as important, serious and unprecedented, adding that those decisions pour into the benefit of the Egyptian economy. The Prime Minister told a press conference held at the cabinet premises on Friday that the critical stage of Egypt was passing through prompted facing problems, those serious decisions, and carrying out an economic reform program. Ismail said that lifting of subsidies was planned to take place over 5 years, but the country does not have the luxury of postponing the decision, noting that the public debt is approaching 100%. He added that the public budget includes £200 billion allocated for the citizens' needs, noting that this amount is insufficient and requires decisions to move forwards. The Prime Minister reiterated that in addition to the latest bundle of decisions, the government is also taking decisions for the benefit of the citizens and investors. Ismail also made reference to the national projects which provided from 3 to 4 million job opportunities.
في الصرف الزراعي في كل المجالات احنا بنتحرك. مشروع 1.5 مليون فدان اللي بدأ طرح.
Minister of Petroleum Tarek El-Molla told the press conference that Egypt is still subsidizing the petroleum products despite the price hikes. The minister also expected gas self-sufficiency by 2020 due to recent discoveries, adding that Egypt currently imports 1/3 of its petroleum product needs. He also noted that Friday's price hikes will save 22 billion Egyptian pounds. For his part, Finance Minister Amr El-Garhi said that having 2 foreign currency rates affects foreign investment, adding that it is necessary to not rely on aid. Minister of Supply and Internal Trade Mohamed Ali Musalhi said the commodity subsidized bill has risen to 49 billion pounds from 44 billion pounds after the government's recent decision to increase subsidies for individuals from 18 to 21 pounds. Minister of Social Solidarity Ghada Wali noted that the economic reform program works on protecting the poor people and avoiding any negative impact of the reform. Joining us now over the phone is Mohamed Moataz, who is an Egyptian economic expert. A very good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, hi.
Okay. So talking about the bundle of decisions that were taken yesterday, and the Egyptian people want to know more about those decisions and whether they are going to affect the current time in a positive way or somehow in a negative way.
I think the government and the central bank have taken a number of decisions during this week. Not only the central bank yesterday, but starting by the investment committee headed by the president on Tuesday, followed by the central bank on Thursday, followed also by the government and the prime minister, as well as the minister of petroleum and the minister of finance, on the movement of the subsidies that was just finished a few hours ago. I think those are historical moments, if I would say. I think that those are very tough decisions, very tough measures, but in the very right direction. I would like to say that a number of governments and a number of leaders were not able to take those decisions. And I'm very happy that our government at this moment is taking those right decisions.
So I just want to know how they are going to take Egypt to the right way. I mean, people are confused at the current period of time. People do not understand what's happening economically, and people, as you know, on the social media, whether Facebook, Twitter, or any way of social media, they are talking and they do not understand what's happening on the real ground. So how this is going to take Egypt on the right track?
Let me try to explain it in a very simple way. There are two measures that can be very harmful for the country. One is the budget deficit, which means that the government does not have enough money to finance all its costs. The second item is our bill of imports is much higher than the bill of of exports. So we're importing for 60 billion and we're exporting for 20 billion. So we have a deficit of 40 billion. So those two measures are very tough. If we continue in this way, we might face even more challenges that we expect. So I would like to say that this had to stop. We need to remove the subsidies. We needed to free the dollar. All those measures, so freeing the dollar would improve our exports and would really improve or decrease the imports that we are getting from abroad. Additional to this, removing the subsidies will decrease the budget deficit. So, yes, those are tough decisions. We can see a number of inflation that would have an increase of prices in a number of items. Nevertheless, this is in the right direction on the longer term. We have seen that the central bank is willing to increase the interest rates. So today we are seeing so they are giving interest rates up to 20%, which is, I think, very good. So again, people can keep their money for a year and a half with 20%. So this would really improve against the inflation that could happen. So we are in I would only say that we are in a historical moment. The government has taken very tough decisions, but they are in the very right direction.
Okay, economic expert Mohamed Moataz, thank you so much for those information. And back to our bulletin, the Ministry of Petroleum announced new raises in the fuel subsidized prices that came into effect on Friday. In an official statement, the ministry said that the hikes included octane diesel, butane gas, natural gas and mazout. The price of octane gasoline has gone from 1.6 per litre to 2.35 pounds. The prices of 92 octane gasoline changed from 2.60 to 3.50, while the diesel price is now at 2.35 from 1.2. The move comes as part of the government's plan to slash the total subsidy bill in the new budget by 14% to reach 130.1 billion in the 2016-2017 fiscal year, compared to the current fiscal year to end in June. As part of a vast comprehensive reform program and in a move to put an end to parallel market, the Central Bank of Egypt decided to liberalize the pound. The bank said in a statement it had moved to a liberalized exchange rate to create an environment for a reliable and sustainable supply of foreign currency. It also decided to raise interest rate on lending and deposits for one night by 300 basis points to reach 14.75% and 15.75% respectively. The CBE governor said that banks would work all weekdays till 9 p.m. to carry out the selling and purchasing operations of the currency, as well as Egypt expats' money transfers. He stressed that the decision would not impose conditions for selling foreign currencies, as it ensures the depositors' money at the banking system in all currencies. The decision of the CBE allows banks to determine the pound's value through the interbank mechanism. At a press conference, Central Bank Governor Tariq Amer said there was no going back and that the central bank could intervene to control the prices. Security sources said that an explosion took place on Friday in Cairo's district of Nasr City by an explosive-laden vehicle targeting a judge. The sources also said that the judge survived the explosion, adding that the explosive experts and civil protection forces rushed to the scene to investigate this incident.